My Twitter timeline's a dumpster fire from Pittsburgh Steelers fans because I did my usual caping for Mike Tomlin this week, saying that if you want him out, you're absolutely out of your minds. And then they went ahead and lost 2 consecutive games, first team ever to lose back-to-back games, according to the Prime Video broadcast of at home, to 2 teams under 500 by 8 games. And they have above 500 record. That's never happened. So I guess let me give the Steeler fans the piece of red meat they want. Well, is there anything possibly happening in Pittsburgh in regards to the head coach, Tom?
You have a historically patient ownership group in Pittsburgh, Rich. There's not a whole lot that in their entire history has really disrupted their course of action. We've also seen Mike Tomlin pull out of tailspins in the past. This one's unique because, as you mentioned, there has not been a lot of examples of losing to 2 teams like this, particularly at this stage in the season. I think you also have to remember they lost their starting quarterback in that game last week. And then this week they had a backup quarterback in Mitch Trubisky, and they very much looked like a team that, had lost whatever they seemed to gain that first game after making a coordinator change in terms of the rhythm and timing and tempo. It was gone again. You have other things. I mean, George Pickens not necessarily firing off the line at all times. Obviously, we saw that with Deontay Johnson a couple of weeks ago, too. There's a lot of little breadcrumbs of there's something that is amiss to a certain degree, but historically, these have been things that the Steelers have worked out in the offseason. Mike Tomlin's got a tremendous amount of power within the organization in terms of running the entire football operation. He has not been one himself to make rash types of decisions and changes, but certainly I think in this near term here, Rich, you have to scrutinize, do you play Mason Rudolph? Do you try to make some type of a sea change at the most important position? Kenny Pickett, I know, is hopeful that he's going to miss even less time than has been reported, maybe only one more game after this. So maybe you at least get your quarterback back. But at the same time, you look at the AFC playoff picture, it's so condensed right now. And these past 2 weeks have really cost you your ability to surf through something like not having your quarterback for a couple of games.
Well, I said at the top of the show, Tom, discussing it just moments ago, if the Steelers do that or the fans get what they want on that, or those fans who want that get what they want, it's like, go ahead, make David Tepper's day. I mean, literally, would that be that would be an offer in Tomlin's inbox, I would think, in about 60 seconds, right? I mean, but this does just still appear to be fanciful in my mind when it comes to Pittsburgh and
no
Tomlin.
Question. I mean, put it this way, Rich. I would be shocked if the Steelers fired Mike Tomlin. I would certainly be very surprised if they would even consider a trade of Mike Tomlin. And I'm not sure that there's another job out there that Mike Tomlin would look at, absent the money factor, which he's very well paid at this point in Pittsburgh. But other than that, where else are you going to go and really be able to run things and not have somebody breathing down your neck at all times, and know that Art Rooney and the Rooney family has been very patient through the course of time? He's got a really good job in Pittsburgh. Having said that, there's not a lot of coaches who go 17 years in one place. And last night you happen to be looking at the 2 survivors in Mike Tomlin and Bill Belichick, who both have had a tremendous amount of success. Belichick has won a bunch of Super Bowls. Tomlin's won a Super Bowl. They're both always there. Tomlin's never had a losing season. We know all the statistics here, but you also have a level of patience in Pittsburgh that doesn't necessarily exist someplace else. My belief, Rich, would be that the only way Mike Tomlin is not coaching the Steelers in 2024 is if he were to broach that discussion first. And even then, I'm not sure that that's really something that the Steelers would want to entertain.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.